Welcome to the Say It Out Loud podcast. I'm your host, Vasavi Kumar. If you're eager to gain clarity, speak with unwavering confidence, and liberate those inner voices, you're in the perfect spot. My mission here is to empower you to break free, find fulfillment, and ignite your passion. You ready? It's time to say it out loud. I've put together a guide of my top 10 tested and proven to work practical strategies and habits to help bright women like you say no, set your boundaries right, live confidently, and build healthy relationships, starting with the relationship you have with yourself. This is a self-paced guide, and I can't wait for you to dig into it so you can start becoming your most confident self, because she's in there waiting for you. Head to the link in my show notes or go to vasavikumar.com/guide and grab it today. Welcome back to another episode of the Say It Out Loud podcast. It's me, Vasavi. Thank you so much for tuning in. By the way, have y'all heard the intro and the new outro for my podcast? I worked on it like maybe two weeks ago. I just started, I produced it and I had my friend edit it and do all that stuff. And I was like, I wanted to. I'm taking the podcast to another level. Just even the quality of conversations. I mean, I have some pretty great conversations on here, but even with me wanting to talk about anything, really just allowing myself to express even more on this podcast. That's all we're doing. We're just coming back closer home to ourselves and to our true voice. But on today's podcast episode, I am doing something that I do not usually do. I think this might be actually the first time that I've ever said this out loud. And I want to invite you to something at the very end. Okay. So let's just get into it. And I wrote this down because I feel like I have a tendency to be a little tangential, right? Or no, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Tangential. Fuck, I can't even say it. I go off on a tangent, okay? If you guys listen to the podcast, but I always try to come back home. So I wrote this down so I could organize my thoughts and really be clear in my delivery. So here goes, okay? This month, I brought in roughly $32,000. Here's a general breakdown. Coaching, therapy, $24,000. This was a mix of one-on-one packages. I do custom weekly session packages, VIP days. So there's $24,000 from coaching and therapy. I also officiate weddings. So I brought in $1,200 from officiating weddings this month. Teaching, speaking inside masterminds and different communities. I made $2,300 doing that. Real estate property in Playa del Carmen. Oh my God, my property is like up and running. Super excited. Like, it's wonderful. I brought in $1,950 from my real estate property in Mexico. Affiliate payments. So I referred two people to a friend's program, and then she paid me affiliate money. So that was $100. I got hired to host somebody's book launch party, and they paid me $3,000 for that. And voiceover work, $0 this month. But I plan on adding voiceover work as an additional stream of revenue, and we'll be in New York City at the end of March. Oh my God, I'm going to a Knicks game. Oh my God, guys, it's going to be a whole thing. But I'm actually going to New York City at the end of March to attend my first audiobook publishers conference because I'd love to increase the revenue stream when it comes to voiceover work. So I want to network and I want to meet with talent agents, producers, and audiobook producers. And yeah, I'm really excited, really, really excited. And I also haven't been back to New York in 9 years, 10 years actually. So here's what I can say. I can say without a shadow of doubt that the flow of opportunities that are coming my way and the spaciousness that I have to be able to do the things that I do, all things that I love, by the way. There's nothing on that list that I do not love or fully feel anchored in, okay? I can say without a shadow of doubt that the flow of opportunities that are coming my way are a direct result of energy management, movement, sunshine, boundaries, and not feeling guilty about it. Speaking my boundaries out loud and not feeling guilty about it. Standing up for myself out loud and being proud of myself rather than being a scared little girl. Getting crystal clear on my goals, priorities, and finances by talking it out loud with somebody or myself. Getting crystal clear on my expenses, my debts, my spending habits by sharing with my friends and talking to my CPA and making the time to really dig into my finances with someone and alone. Having no problem sharing my enthusiasm with anyone I meet. I do not withhold my joy anymore. I'm saying no out loud to opportunities that are disadvantageous for me. I got asked to speak for free at this thing, and I was like, are you guys going to pre-order some books? I'm in the middle of my book launch. She's like, no, we're not going to buy your books. I go, so you're not going to pay me to speak and you're not going to buy my books either. Tell me how this is advantageous for me. So I said no, because it wasn't like, listen, it's my time right now. It's my time. I got to look out for me. I'm not going to just say yes. I had to say no because it is not advantageous for me right now. That was new behavior for me. Also, getting sparked by something and not overthinking the action piece of it. I get inspired, I take the action, I'm done. I repeat, I move on, I keep doing it again. And then when you stay in that inspiration, it's momentum. It fuels you for the next thing. Um, owning internally how damn good I am at coaching, hosting, speaking, and teaching. And I have no problem saying it out loud, y'all. I am one of the best coaches I have ever met. I not only meet my clients where they are, but I help them see on a much wider perspective of why this is all happening. Like, can we see why this is happening and see that it is for the betterment of you? And there's a loosening and a spaciousness that occurs when you just get a wider perspective. It doesn't take away from how crappy it may feel, but man, it frees you up just a little bit to see things differently, right? I'm really good at what I do, y'all. I'm really good. And I don't necessarily even say that anymore. Like, I'm really good. My energy says it. My energy says it. Like, I'm very confident in who I am and what I do and what I bring to the table. Also, taking one action every single day to improve the quality of my mind, my body, my creative spirit, my friendships, my relationships, even if it's like sending a cute meme to a girlfriend of mine that, we've both been busy, it's been whatever, but we still love each other. And just to like make that touch point, I'll just send her a cute meme and then she'll laugh and she'll send me something. So still staying connected, like, because life gets busy, but that doesn't mean we have to be like, oh, we lost touch, that's the end of it. It's like, no, you could keep, how do you keep that connection alive? I'm going to meet back up with my friends, and I'm seeing my friends this weekend, but in between, I like to keep that touch point with people. So that's one action, taking one action every single day to improve the quality of your life, right? Also keeping my energy force field pure, protected, and preserved. Y'all, if it's really penetrating me, if it feels like something that I can deal with later, I protect my peace at all costs. Okay. However, I trust God that if something is in my force field, there is some healing there to be done. There is a teachable moment there. I don't have to run from my triggers. I don't have to run from the things in my life that are occurring. I watched Pastor Sarah Jakes, who's TD Jake's daughter, and man, she put this YouTube video. I'll put it in the show notes on glory triggers. And she talked about how some of us avoid our triggers because we think we're going to go back into the past. But she was like, maybe those triggers are happening for you so you can say what you needed to say to that past version of you so you can start living now. Man, I mean, it was beautiful. I'm going to put the video link below. She has been shaking my soul in on like, I can't even, I just want to really say how much I love her. Like, I love her. I love her passion. I love her fire. But that's part of what I've been working on, is like, if something is presented to me, instead of running from it or being like, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter, or, oh, it's a fine, I'm fine. I just confront it. I confront everything now. Anything in my life, I don't run from it anymore. I don't run from anything because I know that when I confront the thing that I'm most afraid of confronting, I will get through the other side. I just know that. I just know I cannot live a life of avoiding shit in my life. I confront everything. If a memory pops up, if it's a painful memory, I don't run from it anymore. I say, okay, what's there? What do I need to say to this part of me that went through this? Okay. Also, one of my favorite things that I've done is to be more flexible and create supportive and fun routines. My mornings look different. My evenings look different, but there is dedicated time for me always. like not anyone else. It's my time, what I want to do on my agenda. And I do that anyway, but I'm in the business of working with people, right? So it's not just my agenda. I'm working with other people's agenda too. And that's fine. I love that. That's what I do. But I also have made it to have my time for me. Like I'll look at my calendar and I'm like, I need to have at least 2 days in the week where I don't talk to anyone. I'm not accountable to anybody. Like we don't have any calls or anything. It's just me, So that's really, really important as a creative, especially as a creative human being, which we all are. And lastly, a second to last, staying rooted in my focus, my purpose, and my vision. And lastly, saying it out loud. I don't keep anything inside. I don't. And if I do want to, I don't tell the world. I know who to go to talk about certain things. I do not keep that stuff inside. If I'm feeling ashamed, I'll say it to somebody. I don't really live with a lot of shame. It's actually been much less in my life because I have been speaking out loud and freeing myself of that. And so these are just some of the things that I have been doing behind the scenes and internally to have the spaciousness and allow all these opportunities to come into my life. Some of you are on the brink, y'all. You're on the brink of next level greatness, but there's like one tiny part of you that won't let go of you. What is that part of you? So this is why I created the full inner brand level up. Let me tell you who this is for, okay? You realize that you've outgrown past versions of yourself. You're so over playing small, insecure, weak, and fragile. You're done acting like you're not valuable or smart. You're done letting the voices in your head control your every action. You're done being intimidated by bullies at work, with your family, your friends, your siblings. You legit have no room for bullshit anymore, including from yourself. Okay? You're wide open, practicing, receiving, and being received in the fullness of. And that's what we will be doing together. I'm not going to throw you in the lion's den. We're going to practice in a safe space. We're going to practice in a space where you feel seen, heard, supported, and you can practice being you. I mean, you don't have practice being the fullness of you because who has fully received you? That's me. That's where I come in. I'm going to fully receive you. I'm here to fully receive you. You need to have the experience of at least one person fully receiving you. And also in a group, I will say that that's why I have the Say It Out Loud group, which, our next round starts in August, but I think I'm going to be creating just something for people to join in. But that's aside, but it's in a group, it's individual, but having that experience even from one person is beautiful. Um, so this is what I'm offering. Okay. If you're here till the very end, I'm working directly with 5 individual people over the course of 6 weeks. This is what you're going to get. 6 customized individual sessions. Everything I do is for you and what you need. It's not my agenda, it's your agenda. We collaborate, we are working together, right? You get 6 individual sessions plus in between access to me. This is the juiciest part as well because we have weekly sessions, but in between these sessions, you can reach out to me through Voxer and we will like go through scenarios, process, practice, refine the offering, the messaging, the story, the communication, your on-camera presence, as well as, celebrate, ask questions, and share out loud. Our Zoom sessions can be focused on both mindset, the strategy of your business, unearthing stuff from your childhood. It's all the things. You are a whole person. If you're not doing something in your present that you want to be doing and you realize that it's tied to something in your past, let's talk it out. Let's talk it out, say it out loud, cry it out loud so you can move on. Okay? That this is a full brand level up. If you guys look, my website hasn't been completely redone. Maybe we've changed a few colors, and my videos on Instagram aren't always the best quality. I'm still doing the same thing. I don't have a fancy set, and I brought in the most money I've ever brought in. And it's not about the money, y'all. It's about the opportunities. It's the fact that I love doing what I'm doing. None of it feels like work for me, but it is work. It is work, but not, it's so aligned with who I am. And here's what I want to say. You should know this if you're going to work with me. I run deep, no shallow, superficial shit. Like, of course, I like to talk, hey, what'd you watch on Netflix? That's not what yes, we can banter, but this is your life and it is meant to be created and lived by you. Okay. Be real, be honest, be open. No lying. You don't need to lie in my presence. I want to get to work with you. So let's do it. And this is all I ask. Be honest about what you want and how you have felt in your life, and let someone, me, witness you in that and help you through that, okay? So if you're ready to do this, you and I will begin around the first week of April after I get back from New York. This is a $5,000 investment. I do have payment plans available. So I want to hop on the phone to talk about your vision. You can go ahead in the show notes. There's a link for you to book your 20-minute consult with me. I'm going to say something that I realized if you listen to my last episode where I made a mistake out loud. I talk about making mistakes out loud. I want to be very clear now that I've laid out everything, including the investment, the price, when we begin. Please use this 20-minute consult to talk out payment plans, really share your vision with me, and get our first call on the books. This is for people who are a yes, like they are a yes. They might just have one or two questions. They want to really just kind of share the vision. Let me say this. I work with people. It's important for me that I'm excited to work with you. You want me to be excited to work with you, and you want to be excited to work with me. Like, let this shit be fun. Let there be laughter, and let there be crying. Let there be anger. Let there be all the things. Like all of it. All of it can be said out loud. Let us not be so afraid of ourselves and saying it out loud. Let's not be afraid of our own voice, okay? So I want you to know that if this spoke to you in any shape or form, listen to that. Listen to that, trust that. And I can't wait to talk to those of you who are going to do this with me. I can't wait. It's ready. We're ready. Not it's ready. We're ready. Let's go. Full inner brand level up. Thank you guys. I want to say I love you. And yeah, this is the season where we expand, where we receive, where we stop being the only thing getting in our own way. We realize that we have come so far and we are no longer who we used to be. And it's okay to change and it's okay to grow. And maybe your job isn't to get it perfectly, because it's not, but it's to just accept, surrender to who you are today and give yourself permission to move forward. It is safe to move forward. It is safe to grow. Okay? Everything else that you may be worried about, I'm not saying it's irrelevant. I'm not saying it's irrelevant, excuse me, but we got to work on the inside. This is your inner brand, because it all starts on the inside. Anyone who tells you anything less is selling you a bullshit dream. Okay? I shared what I did on the outside, but I told you how I did it, and it was all stuff on the inside and using my voice. I did that on purpose, because most people look at the outside and they're like, but they're a website, but they're this. It doesn't effing matter. It matters who you be and energy. Okay? So if this resonates with you, I'm here for you. Link in my show notes. Can't wait to talk to you. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Say It Out Loud podcast.
If you love today's episode, then say it out loud. Subscribe, leave a review, and come say hi over on Instagram at My Name is Vasavi. Until next time, say it out loud.